Watterson beat Cincinnati McNicholas 20-7 in an Ohio High School Athletic Association Division III semifinal, held at Good Samaritan Field in Clayton, Ohio on November 27th. At 12-1, Watterson sports an efficient offense as well as a stingy defense. Please note that Watterson scored on 3 of the first 4 possessions they had in the game, and that was all the points they would get, but that was more than enough to seal the deal. Because the Eagles played a mixture of 3 deep and nickel on defense in the second half, they did end up giving up 234 yards to McNicholas. And McNicholas is a very talented team. Head coach Dan Jellick's Eagles will face Akron Bucktel, who are 11-3, at Massillon's Paul Brown Tiger Stadium on Saturday at 3 p.m. In the past, both programs have won the state before. Watterson last appeared in the state final in 2002, where they won the title. Bucktel won the title in 1987 as well as 1988, but they haven't been back to this game since 1996. It is easy to imagine either of these teams winning this game. Watterson quarterback Patrick Romberg has a mid-arch sprain of his right foot and has been held back in recent games. But he looked just fine before, after, and during this contest, and expect him to be at 100% for this weekend. Head coach Ricky Powers' Griffins beat a very tough Alliance Marlington team to get here 52-8 last weekend. Their other victims were Cardinal Mooney by a 35-10 score, Padua Franciscan by a 32-21 score, and Poland Seminary by a 20-18 score. You might recall that I mentioned that Bucktel had won the state championship in both 87 and 88. They were led in both of those seasons by a much younger version of Coach Powers. Many people felt that Ricky Powers was the best player in the country that year. Ohio State disagreed and took Robert Smith from nearby Euclid instead. Powers wound up playing for Michigan as well as the Cleveland Browns. Now as the head coach at his alma mater, Bucktel, Powers believes that if he gets the kids right and they're making good decisions and they're getting their lives right, that the wins will follow. And it's hard to argue the case with the man, particularly since he's in the state final and we're not. In other state finals to be decided this weekend, Chagrin Falls will play Bishop Hartley Friday at 11 a.m. at Massillon's Paul Brown Tiger Stadium. At 3 p.m. on Friday at Canton's Fawcett Stadium, Delphos St. John's will play Shadyside in a D6 final. And at 7 p.m. on Friday, back at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium, Maple Heights will play Trotwood Madison in a D2 final. On Saturday morning at 11 a.m., Ursuline will play Coldwater in a D5 final at Canton's Fawcett Stadium. And finally at 7, Wayne will face Cleveland St. Ed's again at Fawcett Stadium in what should be a tremendous matchup.
got to be up with all of you know, the 5 times we went to the finals. This is right with them. I mean, this team was not supposed to do anything. I mean, who ever even heard of us? They didn't even cover us, so we got in the playoffs. So the bottom line is, you know, nobody thought we'd do anything, and we did it. And we did it. Really, everybody stepped up. Somebody stepped up every week. We had 2 guys go out. We still stepped up. I'm really proud of these guys. I'm really proud. Thank you.
Coach, just a step away from the state final, I mean, it would have been pretty sweet to get to that, huh?
Sure, it would have been sweet, you know. When you get to the Final Four, everybody you play is going to be awful good. We knew that. I mean, we knew this was going to be a difficult task. You know, and I'm just proud that we battled and made it a game. I mean, they didn't run it. In the second half, we really did a great job on defense and offensively. If you look at the number of plays we had the ball compared to they had the ball, we had a lot more than they did. A lot more than they did.
And just talk about that. You guys ran out at the last second, but you guys, I mean, they didn't score in the second half, right?
No, they didn't score in the second half. And you know, they had some play. You know, they had some good speed, and they took away our deep stuff. But we came out and threw the ball more than we've probably thrown it all year. We had to change our game plan because they were very stout and very tough up front. We still ran the dive in the second half for 3 and 4 a carry. I mean, we did what we had to do. We just didn't make enough big plays to catch up.
Did you change anything defensively in that second half?
Well, we didn't blitz as much. We got into some bear and some other stuff we had played in the first half, but essentially we just challenged them. We got to go out and play the second half like we know we can play. We didn't change much on defense. We just played better on defense.
Were there any guys that you thought really stood out for you guys tonight?
Oh gosh, you can go right then. I mean, you know, Haynes, our linebacker, number 6, also our fullback. I mean, Staubach played his butt off. Our offensive line, I thought, played really well for being outgunned. I mean, this wasn't a team of any big star. I mean, Staubach was probably our biggest star, but everybody would step up from week to week, and that's what we're proud of. Really, I mean, everybody played well tonight in the second half, and I'm proud of that.
I thought defensively especially we played really well. Offensively we had our moments early on, and I think we sparked a little bit inconsistently after that, but our kids overall did a really, really good job, I thought.
Who are you playing next week?
It sounds like Akron Buckle was winning handily over Marlington.
And who really stood out for you today?
I thought on defense a number of guys. I mean, it's hard to tell you just one, to be honest with you. You know, we had a number of big plays. Our linebackers, I thought, Matt Redfield, Craig Fada, defensive line, you know, Hunter Maynard, guys like that just did a really good job on stopping their triple option.
Yeah, I'm sure you game plan things that they are likely to do or could possibly do, but they were really reaching deep there in the fourth quarter. What was that, a double reverse, and he was looking into the end zone?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're behind. I think they're trying to grasp for things and trying to find a play. Maybe you can get lucky enough to hit a big play, because that's not your normal stuff. So we were lucky to be in that situation.
What were your goals going into the season?
Well, you know what, individually, I mean, the kids deep down would like to reach state, but I mean, you try to take it one step at a time and, you know, kind of win our league, go to the playoffs, and once you're in, you try to take it, you know, step by step from there. You know what I mean? Whatever that is, 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, you know, 4 week, now luckily be the 5th week.